today we are doing our Q&A video. Sorry about Mara being on a saggy pillow. She's eating her veggies right now and Mookie's kind of flipping out. So we're doing our Q&A video. I think it's been like a week since I did it. I think today's Tuesday right now and it closed on Saturday. So I'm hoping to get this up by next Saturday. So let's begin. Brianna Hewitt asked, am I your best friend? And I'm going to say to that, I don't really know you too well. We haven't really talked too much. So no, not yet. You are not my best friend. Hey, Mar. She also asked, why are gerbils so cute? I really like them for their funny antics and their personality. I think my gerbils are just really funny in what they do and how they act. Rainbow Hamster 39 asked, what is your favorite small pet? I don't have a favorite particularly. I love all of them for very, very different reasons. So it's a bit difficult to choose just one small pet that I love. My favorite small pet for cuddling and for like personality is the pigs. My favorite pet for watching and things like that. And having lots of fun with would probably be the gerbils. And my favorite thing for my favorite pet for like bonding and for being super soft would probably be Toby, my hamster. Rainbow Hamster 39 asks also, what is your favorite small animal bedding? Now I use different bedding for all of my pets. The guinea pigs are on fleece. They do get Carefresh or an off-brand of Carefresh in their litter box because they smell really bad really fast. The gerbils can't handle Carefresh though because of their noses, so I keep them on Aspen cardboard shreds and toilet paper. And then Toby is on all Aspen except for in his hut where he pees a lot. So in his hut only he's on Carefresh. So definitely Carefresh and Aspen are probably my top brands of bedding. Rainbow Hamster 39 also asked, how do you make a hamster lose weight if they already have a large cage and a wheel? Now this is a tricky one. So the first thing I'm going to say is diet. You want to make sure you're not feeding them too many fatty treats, such as yogurt drops, pumpkin seeds, things like that. You want to make sure that their diet doesn't have a large percentage of fat. You want to keep it in the very low single-digit numbers for their actual diet. You can have a lot of seed mix and things like that. Hamster Hideout Farm actually has a really good Master Foods diet. So if you go on Hamster Hideout and type in Master Food list, that will pop up for you. Another thing you can do is take them out to play a lot. You can take them out in the bathtub, playtime. You can bring them outside. Make sure you do it safely though because you don't want them escaping. You can put them in a clear plastic ball that is large enough for their size, minimum of 8 to 10 inches in diameter, so you're going to want to do that as well. And honestly, that's pretty much all you can do. Hamsters tend to be a bit chubby. If you're not sure if your hamster weighs the correct amount, you can weigh them on a small kitchen scale. Petite Pets asks, what is my favorite color? My favorite color currently is purple, but it used to be red, or it used to be blue, and then when I was really young it used to be red, but it's currently purple, I believe. She also asked, what is my favorite singer? I don't have a favorite singer. I'm one of those people that can listen to a lot of different music. So I can go from pure country to pop to rap to anything pretty much. I'm up for all music. I just went to see Eminem and Rihanna out in New Jersey at MetLife Stadium, and that was really fun. So I obviously like them. So yeah, that's basically, I don't really have a direct answer for that, sorry. Petite Pet also asked, what was my first pet? Now, there was a pet that I had when I was born, and that was Sheba, and she was a black cat, and she was horrible, and she was super mean. I loved her to bits, and we all did, but she was really, really mean, because my mom got her declawed because she would run up to people and, like, claw down their legs and make them bleed very often, and she just got really mean after that, the second time under anesthesia. The first time was when she was spayed. So she was my first pet. My first pets of my own were hermit crabs. I had 6 of them. My first 2 were Dazzle and Coral, and I didn't like hermit crabs. They weren't very good, and I kind of killed all 6 of them rather quickly. It was bad. So no hermit crabs for me. And my first real pet in my mind, I guess, would be Mara. Kevin Zuniga, I don't know if I'm saying that right, sorry if I'm not, but Kevin asked, is it hard to take care of my animals while I'm in school? He says that he's going to be getting guinea pigs, I believe, and he's just wondering about the time commitment. It is difficult. I'm not going to say it's easy, but you really just have to have dedicated time to be caring for them every day. So, the basic care, like feeding, water, like food and things like that is really easy for me, because it only takes me like 10 minutes to do that, and I can always take time out of my day for that, but holding them and bonding with them is a little bit more difficult. So Mookie's really good and still, so I will often take her out when I do homework. You just kind of got to multitask with them. If your pigs are really still, you can take them out during homework time, or you can put them in like a bathroom or an enclosure and sit while you do your homework. Or you just have to do really late night cuddling with them, which is really hard, but I've been up at midnight and cuddling the pigs because they haven't had cuddles in a long time and that they need them. So that's my answer to you, Kevin. The Bunny Shed one asked, how did I choose all of my pets' names? Well, this is kind of a long one. So, Mara's original name was Rama, which means comfort in Hindi, because she was going to be a great comfort to me. So that's where her name came from. We ended up saying it so many times that it turned into a Mara, which then eventually just shortened into Mara. Mookie's name actually means child in Japanese. I was going to name her Supriya, which I think meant like baby or little one or something like that. And that was, I think, also in Hindi. But Mookie just seemed to fit her, so she is the child of the duo. And then the gerbils, I don't actually know how I ended up naming them. My mom looked at Natalia, called her Natalia, and that's what she's been ever since. Same thing happened with Matilda. I just looked at her, said Matilda, and that's what it's been. And Anastasia just kind of clicked for me. So that's how I named the pets. The Bunny Shed one also asked, why did I decide to join YouTube? Well, I got most of my research off of YouTube. I found YouTube to be the most helpful for me when I was researching on how to take care of all these guys. Mainly the pigs, though. And YouTube just really, really helped me, and I thought it was really cool. So kind of like in my mind, or like I'd be talking to myself around the house, and I would be like kind of like explaining things and like doing vlogs and things like that, like in my head. And I just decided one day I should do it, and I knew my brother had a YouTube account a while back, so I just set one up, and I knew I wanted to do informative videos all along. If you guys can see from my very first videos, don't recommend watching them. They're really weird, really bad, but we're getting better. So I just wanted to inform people. I really wanted to help them, and also YouTube is like a memory sake for me. Because I can look back and see all of my experiences and all my pets growing up and things like that. So that's why I decided to join YouTube. The Bunny Shed one also asked, what are my favorite YouTube channels? Now, this is a very, very tricky one. I have my very close-knit of friends, and then I have the people like I idolize, like all the really big YouTubers. And then there's a lot of little ones that I really enjoy. I'm subscribed to a lot of channels. Some of my closest friends are Heather from Sweetie Pea's Pet Shop, the KV Wonders, the KV House, Carrie's Little Piggies. Liana's Piggies is really nice. There's a lot of really, really sweet people. The Bunny Shed one is actually really nice. I love Lubu Shed Zoo, Skinny Pigs 1, Piggy Pig Pigs, Gus and Snoopy. Yeah, I'm missing a ton of them, but those are just the ones that are off the top of my head. Hammy Looks asked, if I could be any animal, what would it be? I think I'd really want to be like a groundhog or something. Because I think their burrow systems are really cool. Not a groundhog. I think it's like a meerkat or something. I think those are the cutest things. I used to watch those shows every time when I came home from school, and I just thought those were the cutest little animals, and they had really interesting pack dynamics and things like that. So I just really, really enjoyed them, and I think being underground would be really fun as well. Hey Alex also asked, if I had wings and could fly, where would I go? I would go up. I would go to see how far I could go up. I would fly to places I've always wanted to visit. I would be flying super fast, by the way. There's no question about that. I'd want to go. I want to do loop-de-loops, and I don't know where I'd go. I'd like want to go into like a forest in the middle of nowhere and like have like a little hangout spot, and things like that, or like in a tree or something really cool. Because flying sounds awesome. The Pet Wizard asked, would I ever get mice? Yes, I would get mice. My cousin actually had mice when we were about like 12 or something. She had 2 little white mice. And so I kind of knew them, and they were really cute, they were really fun, and they're actually really, really smart. And I also know other YouTubers that have mice, and they seem like really great, super simple, easy pets that would just be like a really fun pet to have to learn about mice and have a new pet. I actually go to PetSmart, and I fall in love with mice a lot. It happens. So yes, I would definitely consider mice in the future, maybe when I get like my first apartment or something like that. The Pet Wizard also asked, what is my favorite brand of bedding? Brand would probably be Carefresh. That's just like the basic one. I don't know. Yesterday's News was really good. That's not a brand, but I don't know. I don't really have a specific brand. The only one I really can think of is probably Carefresh. The Pet Wizard also asked, what is my favorite small pet coloring? My original favorite small pet coloring was Mara's coloring. Like, I really like white piggies with, like, little markings all over them. Kind of Anastasia, my gerbil's also kind of like that. But once I bought Mookie, I kind of fell in love with her darker coloring as well, and I just think it's really sleek and really pretty. So I don't really have a favorite anymore, but Mara's coloring was kind of my original favorite. So I'm going to put Mara back because she's getting super antsy. The Pet Wizard also asked, do I like long-haired pets? Yes, 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 yes. Long-haired cats I will instantly melt with. I just absolutely love them. And I work at a rescue, and I work in the cat facility, so that's a problem. Because every time I see a long-haired, I automatically love it. I also really like long-haired dogs. My boyfriend has a long-haired golden retriever, and he's super cute. I would love to try long-haired piggies someday. That sounds like a challenge, but it sounds really fun. So yes, I love long-haired animals. They're gorgeous, they're high maintenance, and they can be a pain, but I would love to try them out. They're stunning. The Pet Wizard also asked, would I ever get rats? I would get rats. I think they're very interesting. I would want to get them when they're really, really young, though, so I could, like, get used to them, because their antics and their body shape and their tails, honestly, are something I'd have to get used to. The gerbil's tails don't bother me, so I think I'd be fine with it. But yes, I would consider rats. They're very expensive, a big time commitment, because they are very smart, and they need to be, like, taken care of and entertained. The downside of them is they don't have a long lifespan, so I would consider them, but they're a lot of money, and they're not a lot of long lifespan, which makes me nervous because I don't want to lose my pets. Alright guys, so we're going to finish this part 1 of our Q&A after the Pet Wizard, and we'll continue with the rest of the questions in our part 2 video. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to everyone who left your comments. They meant a lot to me, and I actually put off the Q&A for a long time because I was scared no one would leave comments. So thank you guys so much for commenting and making these videos possible. You're gonna die. Get down. Dangerous pig. She's so good. She's so good. He's freaking out. Mookie is freaking out that Mara's getting vegetables and she's not. Whoever says guinea pigs don't have a good sense of smell are obviously wrong. Brat. And she peed in her vegetable bowl because she's gross. I have Mara hair all over my pillow now. Have a good day.